And we're really excited. We had 3 years to develop Advanced Warfare. After we split, finished MW3, right? And that was, geez, 3 years ago almost to the date. And at that time, Activision said, hey, focus on next gen. Bring a true next gen Call of Duty to Xbox One, PS4. And so we took a step back. We took a look at what we needed to do to really deliver that. And that meant building new tech and new techniques, everything from, a new physics system, new audio system, new character rendering, new character animation system, new lighting model, across the board. We really focused on what it would take to deliver. And hopefully you saw that. This is just stuff we couldn't have pulled off on the last generation. Yeah, it was really great, again, to have 3 years to focus on next gen. That gives us a chance to take some risks and really push hard for a true, Call of Duty next gen experience for fans. We think we have that with Advanced Warfare. And so for us at Sledgehammer Games, to do that, we really needed to be sort of unconstrained from last generation limitations, creatively and just in terms of hardware performance. And so we have a great studio partnership with High Moon Studios in California, a great leadership team there that's focused on current gen, and that's really allowed Sledgehammer to focus on next gen and everything you've seen this week. Yeah, we were given an amazing opportunity by Eric Hirschberg and Activision. First new studio leading the charge in Call of Duty in nearly 10 years. So lots of pressure there, of course. I mean, look, we're standing on the shoulders of giants. I mean, Treyarch is amazing, and Infinity Ward are the fathers of this franchise. And so, to think that we're following along in such an amazing franchise on the, with that level of pedigree and legacy, that's been a real honor for Sledgehammer Games. We heard loud and clear, though, that the fans wanted, innovation and a new experience and new ways to be thrilled. And so we spent 3 years really trying to push the boundaries and taking some bold steps and, really focused on quality and innovation. And we think we found a really great balance there. And so it's Call of Duty, like you know and love. That experience will feel like a great Call of Duty experience, but at the same time, it's very new, and we've made some changes I think will thrill fans. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The community is huge. 100 million, unique players have played Call of Duty. That's a lot of voices. That also means there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of people out there who love this franchise for what it is and have great ideas about what it should be. And so, we really adopted a model 3 years ago that we thought we have some ideas we want to bring to the table, but man, our community is so amazing. Let's listen. And we've actively listened for a long time. And, you can see that in some of the things we've done in multiplayer, like the return of Hardpoint and Capture the Flag, sort of the evolution of Pick 10 into Pick 13, which is a fan favorite. Like across the board, you're going to see that the community has really helped steer us to where we got with Advanced Warfare, and I think that has made the game better, and I think the fans will be happy for it. Yeah, so Call of Duty multiplayer is great because it is a very balanced multiplayer experience. And we've focused on customization so, players could really craft the loadout and make the choices they want, really personalized to how they play. Like, I want to play the way I want to play, and Pick 13 and customize score streaks and loot and all these things really focus on allowing me to be me. But we also focused heavily on making sure that there's no overpowered scenarios, there's no overpowered weapons, that the exos aren't misbalanced, exo abilities within Pick 13 are balanced against the other choices. So yes, absolutely, we've been focusing on balance throughout development, listening to the community, bringing in competitive players to really make sure we get it right for fans. Yeah, coming out of MW3, we were really focused on, fan feedback, like you asked, and it was a great experience for us to really listen to the things that the fans loved and also the things that they saw opportunity for more of. And it was clear we needed to bring some new ways to experience Call of Duty, right? To bring some surprises, to thrill some people. So throughout campaign and multiplayer, we focused on movements and new mechanics. And the EXO, which we found through some research about what the military is doing in the next 20 to 30 years, opened up a huge world to us, from strength and speed and cloaking and grapple and mag gloves, all the way to multiplayer with things like the exo ability and cloak and hover and riot shield built into your exo. I mean, it was a perfect vehicle it was really the catalyst for us to bring all of these opportunities together. And with that, it gave us a ton of innovation to the way you play, while staying true to the Call of Duty experience. Yeah, we all recognize that, you know, Call of Duty is both social and competitive, and the social aspect means you gotta have a great co-op mode. And so we will be bringing a 4-player co-op mode to Advanced Warfare, and we'll have a few more announcements here soon on what exactly it is. Yeah, we really saw an opportunity to deliver a really compelling narrative, and we talk about narrative now as, you know, some of the great stories you're seeing across film, TV, and other games, and things that jump to mind are like House of Cards and Game of Thrones and Mad Men, like really compelling characters driving really compelling narrative. And, you know, hopefully you saw that with Kevin Spacey as Jonathan Irons. I mean, one of the best in Hollywood bringing that to life. And he's going to play a huge role for us. And so to stay attached to that narrative, you play as Jack Mitchell, and you're going to stay as that single hero throughout his 10-year career that follows the story of Advanced Warfare. Now, we wanted to craft that experience, and so, you know, the ending with Kevin and everything he brings, we want you to experience our ending to the game, and we think it's pretty compelling. But along the way, you're going to have the opportunity to upgrade your EXO and do some things to customize it to your play style, which will give you a reason to play it more than once for sure. Kevin Spacey has been fantastic. You know, he's been really integral to what we've done. He's been intimately involved, you know, from his character, what the character would say and do and wear, and sort of he wanted to be a big part of that. And man, he's one of the greatest living actors today. He elevated the performance of the rest of the cast around him. He elevated our performance, frankly. It's been really remarkable. It's really interesting you asked that. I actually asked them the same thing. I thought, wow, what a great opportunity to have Hollywood and games come together, and then games and Hollywood come together at the same time. And I like that idea a lot. I think it'd be really hard to have Frank Underwood playing a game with Jonathan Irons, but man, wouldn't that be great?
That would be fun.
That'd be fun, exactly. Thank you, PSX-Sense. We'll play with you on November 4.